welcome back. I'm Laura Ashley Abraham.
And I am Connie Smack.
Yay! And together we are the Michigan Medium Angels, and we're back. So Tinkerbell has some exciting news that she wanted to share with everybody, but today is day 61 of our recordings. I know, right? And today we're going to be talking about life purpose, but we wanted to catch you up on some of the things that have been going on because we haven't been videoing every day like we were, because everybody's getting out and doing their thing, and we've been busy. You guys have been busy, so we're probably going to do one video a week maybe right now until probably the fall. But go ahead, Tink, talk about what's been going on with you.
Well, I am super excited because you notice is there something missing about me right now? Do you notice anything missing? I'm gonna give a hint. Do you know what it is, Twink?
Let me think here. I know that was really funny. Did everybody see how she's flashing her eyelashes and moving her eyeballs?
You know what's missing? Oh, right here. What's missing?
I think it's her glasses.
It is. Yes, that's awesome. Nice job. You're so good. You're intuitive. Maybe you should do this for a living.
Anyway, I know, right? Yes.
Way to pay attention to detail. Yes, I don't have the glasses anymore and I can actually see everyone. And you're probably wondering why. I'm going to tell you the secret. Okay, so I apparently had to get glasses because I thought I had enough room, and I've been in denial this whole time. I'm thinking, oh, I can see just fine. It's a little blurry, but I'm good. Well, I was backing out of my garage a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I forgot about this.
yeah. So I was backing out of the garage and totally thinking, and so when I pull into the left. So I have plenty of space to be able to back out. Well, when Brad pulls in, he pulls more towards the right. But because it's farther away for me to be able to see, I thought I had enough room, and apparently I didn't, and I smashed my mirror. So I'm trying to get to my dermatology appointment, of course, right? That's very important. And I'm trying to get to the doctor's appointment, so I didn't have time to fix it. So I got out of the car and just kind of put it in there. I had done this once before years ago, and that's another story. I was late for the bus was getting ready to come, and I floored it out of the garage and whacked it that time. That was a good one. That one was really good. This one I wasn't going that fast. I just misjudged, again, because I may or may not have been able to see great. And I've been putting off the inevitable, which is going to get some glasses, okay? I know, but a lot of good came out of this, so get ready for this. So sometimes, doing things that you don't want to do ends up being a good thing when you actually do it, which is what we're going to talk about with doing your life purpose. So pay attention. So anyway, so the side mirror was hanging down, so I just popped it back in thinking it'd be okay. What do? I start driving down the freeway, and it's now hanging down the freeway when I'm driving. My mirror is hanging down with the wires down the freeway. So I had to pull off again, and I'm thinking I'm pretty good at MacGyvering things. So what do I have in my car that I can fix this? So I found, what was the first thing I found? A rubber band. No, a rubber band. I'm thinking, oh great, here we go, a rubber band. This will be perfect. So I take the rubber band and I put it around it, start to drive again. Within seconds, it pops right off and out goes my mirror again. Same thing. The wires are all hanging down, and setting aside the fact that it looked bad, complete safety hazard. And the weird thing is the light still actually worked while it was still hanging down. So I didn't want to damage it anymore. So I pull off again, trying to find something else. I thought, I'm like, if I only had a string. This is how, when you put things out there and you get them, I kept thinking, if I only had a string, I could tie it just for now, because I knew I didn't have any tape. What do I find? I find some string in the car. Who has string in their car? All right. I'm like, thank you, angels. So I tie it up with the string. Within seconds, again, of driving down the road, it pops open, and there goes my mirror. Now I'm running late for my doctor's appointment, and I'm kind of getting a little concerned because, again, I don't want to have that hanging down. So I had stopped at this auto place, and I asked the guy, I said, hey, do you have any duct tape fix? They can fix anything, okay, right? Pretty much, duct tape can fix anything. He's like, no, we're not allowed to keep it, because if we do that, people will fix things temporarily and not get them repaired. And I'm like, who would do that? please. But really, I do have a doctor's appointment. I really do need to get going. So if I can temporarily fix this, I'm okay with that. So, he said, hang on a second. I don't have duct tape, but I do have Scotch tape. And I'm thinking, well, what's that going to do? I'm like, I'll take anything. If you have Scotch tape, I will take it. I will do whatever you need. He put one little piece of Scotch tape on the top and on the bottom, and it's still holding. I am going to get it fixed. I actually found some, somebody else had done, ironically, my daughter's friend did the same thing. Like just days within I did it, that I had done it. So her dad bought welding glue and did it with welding glue and glued it back in. So I now have a fix for it that I don't, because I have 240,000 miles on my car. So but it runs great. It's amazing. It looks great. It runs great, but I still don't want to spend $600 or $800 to be able to put that in, especially if it still works. And you get a brand new one, it doesn't make sense. So anyway, so that's the story of my glasses. But the beauty of this is I went in there and I kept thinking, so about 20 some years ago, I had RK surgery. And when I had the surgery, they told me I would probably never be able to wear contact lenses again because it changes the shape of your eye. So now again, this was 20 some years ago. So when I went in this last time around to the eye doctor, when I obviously succumbed to the fact that I need to do something about this before I may hurt someone, really seriously, like I could have hurt someone. So that made me think, you know what? I better get this done because I clearly thought I had enough space. So I went in there and she said, there's different contacts now because I'm nearsighted and farsighted. I'm both now. So I have trouble obviously seeing close up and far away to a certain degree. So she said there are new contacts where the contact lens is both. It's called multi-lens, I think. I think that's the name of it, multi-lens, where it's both, where you actually, it's farsighted and nearsighted in the same contact lens. So it's both prescriptions, which is, who would have thought that would have ever have happened or been the case, right? I would have never thought that. So of course I trusted my angels. I'm like, I know they're going to make this work for me. And I know I'm going to be able to get some contacts that are going to work. Tried them, didn't work. My eyesight didn't really improve that much. And she said, yeah, sometimes it doesn't. She was probably because you're RK surgery. I'm thinking, nope, I'm not accepting this. There's going to be a way. I'm going to be able to get contact lenses. She said, there is another way. They're called mono lenses. And what it is one contact works on the farsightedness. The other one is only one is farsighted and only one is nearsighted, but it's almost like they have an increase in the one. And she put them in and I can see amazing. Because the funny thing is when she first said there were a couple choices that we could do. When she said the mono one about having the 1 for 1 and 1 for 1, I was feeling like it wouldn't work because it seemed like it would give me a headache. Because I'm only getting half of a subscription really for one. Mm-hmm. It seemed like it would be just like weird to me, but I was hearing the mono. So I'm like, why am I hearing that? Sure enough, she put them in and I could see amazing, and they're great. I have them in now. Who would have thought they'd have something like that where they can fix both to where you can see? I'm sure the other people may know about this, but I had fine vision up until with the RK up until, just like I said, it's been 20 some years and it's been great. And of course the nearsightedness or the,
well, now that you can see, thank goodness, right? And what I was saying was with your texts. So everybody out there who got some random weird text from Connie, because anyone who knows her did, just saying, now, just so you know, that it wasn't on purpose before. So if she swore at you, she's sorry. Hopefully that's going to correct it all now. So we should be good.
It's been amazing. I know. I would get text messages all the time. What are you trying to say? I'm like, how do you not? Oh, I said that. How did I sure did look like it was something else. I know. But now that I have my contacts, it's like the sky parted and the angels are singing. Oh, it's like a new day. I actually didn't know that that's what you look like. You actually are way more beautiful even than what I thought, honey.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, honey.
No, that was awesome. So with your contacts, I'm just curious too. Do you have to put those in like every day? Do you take them out?
Yeah, this is another beautiful thing. You can buy them. Mine are just daily. So I throw them away at the end of the day. So I don't have to wash them.
And it doesn't bother your eye at all. I'm
My,
surprised because, you know, you were having such sensitivity with your eyes and it's not bothering you. Huh.
they are meant to be, honey. We are a match made in heaven with my
I
contact.
know. I'm gonna need to get that.
Seriously.
I am. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I know, and so many things, because you'll see, and even today, but this isn't because of my contacts. This is way
Right.
before my eye really swelled up. I was working outside in the garden, so something flared it, but I had worn the contacts for a couple of days and it was fine. It just, I'm so sensitive to so many different things that it can be anything really, and my eyes flare and they get really, really red. Yeah. Yeah.
There was
So
something else.
anybody,
Oh yeah, your vampire facial. That was the last video that we did.
oh,
So yeah, your face, your skin looks beautiful. Like you can really
yeah.
tell.
Thank you. Let me do a close up. Can you see? I am impressed. This is all natural. Like, I cannot believe I've had a couple compliments even on my skin. People have commented on my skin. Even like 2 days after I got it done. Was it 2 days? 2 days? And yeah, I think it was the second day. Somebody complimenting me on my skin. I was so ecstatic. Now they didn't do the vampire one the last time. That next one will be the vampire one where they do the blood. This one was just where they do the micro needling and then they put the hyaluronic acid on your, like they kind of put the needles in there to help, rebuild the collagen. I was sunburned for a couple days. I think we had done the video before I had it done, correct?
Yes, we
Yeah.
did.
So it looked like I had a major sunburn the very next day. And my eyes did swell up a little bit, but that's because of the I think it was because of the numbing cream. I reacted to the numbing cream, but the facial itself, I was completely fine. I was really pleasantly surprised. I love the girl. She was amazing. She was so good. Her name is Andrea from Associated Dermatology out in Berkeley, if anybody wants to know. She was really, really, really good. And she was honest with me too. She told me, I mean, I would have spent whatever especially for all natural. So she was like, you don't need all that. You just need a couple of the regular microneedling and then if you want to do a couple of the vampire ones, you can, but you don't need all the vampire ones. And she was really honest and really good. So I was really happy.
Yeah, and I think you were trying to decide if you wanted to post the pictures too of like before and what your face looked like when they did it too. Did you decide if you wanted to do that or not?
I didn't. Did we? I don't know. Has anybody responded? I don't think they did.
I don't know if they did, if they wanted to see it. I didn't see that. I know it was kind of hard because we had the 4th of July and there was a lot of stuff going on this last week too with everybody. So, but it's
Right.
up, if you want to, you can, but it turned out really good. It looks really good. Seriously.
Thank you. So you can tell a difference?
I can tell a difference. Yeah, I really can.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. So far, I'm happy with it. I would like more with this, but I think once I just have a lot of, that's where I hold all my tension is right in the middle and it's a muscle. So that's the hard part is trying to correct that. But I'm going to start doing acupuncture with it because they say you can release and relax the muscle by doing the acupressure, where you do the pressure points. So we'll do another video on how to do the acupressure points. And so take note of what this looks like now, everyone, because I'm going to start doing that, especially because my eyes swell up so much from my allergies. I'm going to start doing the acupressure points here. It's like a mini facial, that you can do yourself. So I'm going to start doing that to see if it'll relax it naturally. So all of this we're trying to do naturally. This is what this is about. Because I think we talked about this, but if we didn't, and those of you who didn't hear it, I'll be honest about what I've tried or what I'm doing. I'm not fake about being fake. That's the one thing I don't mind because I want people to know too and help other people who might want to still feel good and feel good about themselves that they might want to do something naturally. But I have tried Botox and it looks great for probably maybe I think like 3 weeks is what I get out of it. That's it. Usually only like 8 weeks, 8 to 3 weeks is what I get out of it. And then it goes right out. I just metabolize it way too fast. I think it's because I do Reiki and because Reiki gets rid of impurities. And then I do everything that's all natural and holistic. And then I kind of feel bad I'm not judging anyone else for doing it, because trust me, I think it looks great and I love it. I love the look of it. And if I wasn't doing what I do, because also it's going right into my third eye chakra. And to me, everything's about energy. So I don't want that to affect my energy doing readings and helping people. So that's another thing too, of why I was kind of struggling with the two of doing it. Again, there's no judgment. I love it. If everyone wants to do it, that's great. And I think it's awesome for people who want to look better, especially right there. But for me, it's just, you and I do all this stuff to purify our bodies. So that's why I wanted something more natural. And all it is, it's your same stuff. It's just rebuilding it's collagen. It's promoting collagen for your skin. That's it. So it's amazing.
Yeah, and it's natural, and it's natural. That's what I like about it. Because that Botox stuff, I don't, just if somebody wants to do it, that's fine. But like you said, I wouldn't want to do that to me, because I don't know what that chemical. It's a chemical.
It's botulism, and they have different forms of it, but it's basically you're putting botulism into your skin, and then it's right by your brain. Ugh, like that is another thing. Every time they'd be injecting, I'm like, this has to go somewhere. When it does,
that's
your
what
body absorbs stuff.
That's the problem. That's where it all stems from. Now I get it. Makes perfect sense.
I know. I'm not kidding. I mean, it may affect memory. I don't know. Who knows? Does anybody know? We don't know. Yeah, I know. I'm not sure. I did try fillers once. I tried them, and it was years ago. And we talked about that. And I think my body just says, listen, there's natural ways you can do this, and maybe you can help other people by finding natural ways. Because my whole left side of my face, it's still not right. This side is still more swollen or like puffier than this side till this day. But this side swelled up completely, and I ended up having to go on antibiotics, and it wasn't the doctor's fault. It had nothing to do with the doctor. It's me. I think it's because I was sensitive to the lidocaine or whatever it was, the numbing cream. And from injecting it, it probably irritated it tremendously.
Right.
So it was sore and swollen for months. I mean, not months, maybe. Oh yeah, it was, because I had to go on antibiotics, and it still was really sore for months. It almost was like it affected the bone. It was the weirdest thing. I know. Well, the doctor's like, huh?
It may have, and that's the thing. It's like you don't know it's going to affect you. So yeah, especially with how you are, you're so sensitive to a lot of things.
Brad talks about, he goes, I think we just need to put this bubble around you, because I know.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so now that we've got that, you are doing fantastic. Your skin looks great. You've been taking time to do stuff, around the house and getting things done outside. So I know everybody, with 4th of July and everything, we had some time off, and, Connie and I were working on different programs and different things that we're going to be bringing forward for you guys. One thing I did want to mention, I know we're going to talk about life purpose stuff, but we do still have to record for the crown chakra. So we are going to be getting to that. And then our next spiritual growth class is going to be on a Thursday this month, July 30th. It's a Thursday. Usually we have it on Wednesday, but this one's going to be Thursday, the 30th. And we're going to be talking about the violet flame, Saint Germain. Is that right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. How to transmute negativity. It's going to help with relationships. It's going to help. We're going to talk about karma, and what else?
The nice thing about the relation, it's really about letting go and shedding, and techniques to use to be able to release negative energy from not just your body, and negative thoughts and feelings, about transmuting those two and working with Saint Germain and the violet flame. It's going to be incredible. And even just by doing the class, we're going to get that energy and vibration of the ascended masters, of all of them really, but particularly the one that you work with at the time, which would be Saint Germain and the violet flame. So if you guys are looking to shed what no longer serves you with grace, with more grace and ease, then you want to tune into this, because it's going to be incredible. We're going to talk about relationships and how Sometimes some people stay in because they feel like, for whatever reason, they stay in. But a lot of times it's karmic, and a lot of times it's afraid of letting go. It's fear. And it's using that violet flame to transmute fear too, and to start manifesting more in your life. Because the more you can transmute the negative energy and turn it into positive, the more you're going to be in sync with the universe to line things up for anything you want. It'll be to the point where you think of something like we do now, and it's there. Like literally, like my string in the car, it was there. Like seriously, who has string just in their car? And it was there. And even though those didn't work, it lined it up to where I got help and I was able to get to my appointment. So all of those things can happen when you're in the flow, when you're in sync, and when you're vibrating at a higher level. So that's what this will help us do, is to be able to do that. So I'm all in. This is like such a great thing and a great vibration. I'm so excited. I'm excited about the things that we have, Twink and I, what we're doing, what we have coming up. You guys are going to be so happy, I think. We were talking about earlier, we're getting so excited about the different things we're going to offer. So stay tuned, because it's going to be incredible.
Yeah, should we tell them a little, like just a little tease, or just?
All right, maybe a little tease. Go ahead.
Okay,
yeah, go ahead. Let's tell them.
I know, right? So we're not really sure yet how it's all going to look, but we're coming up with what we want to do as like packages, or like a subscription. So like a monthly subscription, and Connie and I will start releasing different meditations in the month, and we're going to start releasing things that you'll only get if you have a subscription, because we've been doing a lot of different things in the last, few months with videos and recording, and going forward, we're going to start to release those and do different topics. We're also thinking about coming up with a support group too, a spiritual support group that will be included in the package. So the subscription. So, and we're going to start out with an introductory rate, and it's really, really going to be amazing, because we're going to offer so much in that, but we will let you know. We're thinking about in the end of next month, August, or into September. So we have to put it together and figure out what we want to do, but we have so many great ideas, and it's really, really going to be so beneficial for so many people to have access to all of our stuff, because we're going to be taking our videos and including that in the package. So those won't be available forever. Like this.
Yes. Yeah, if you guys are wanting to catapult your spiritual growth, this is going to be for you. Seriously, if you want to manifest quickly, this is going to be for you. I'm so super excited. I'm so excited.
I know. So there's more. We'll tell you about that later, because we have so many, like the abundance.
Oh, that's an exclusive, because that has not been released yet. Yeah, we have an abundance workshop on how to manifest abundance, and it's a full workshop just dedicated to that. Yeah, and you'll get tons of mantras in there, and fun stuff. Yeah. All right. Wow. Look forward to that. In the meantime, we need to talk about life purpose. What does life purpose mean? For me, I think too, I've been hearing so much, people feel so unsettled right now, and they don't know why. Like they feel like they don't really connect with their job anymore, or what they're doing, their whole career. People are changing careers in their 50s, which is amazing, which is great. There's no time limit. Your soul has no time frame. You can switch careers at any given moment. The only thing that's going to hold you back is fear. I mean, obviously I can't become I could, but a pro NBA player on the men's basketball team, like say for the Pistons, but might be able to be a mascot. No, right? Who knows? I don't know. But the point is, within reason, right? You can switch careers at any time. And if you're feeling unsettled, that you're so wanting to grow for the most part, or maybe it's just your particular job where you are, the vibration isn't working anymore for you. You're not in sync or in harmony with that. And maybe you've moved above that. And so it's time to move to a different vibration, or a place where you feel more comfortable, or you vibrate. It's going to be more in harmony with your vibration or frequency.
So let's say somebody doesn't know what they want to do for their life purpose. They have no idea. Where would we suggest that they would begin to start with? Because a lot of people, some people do know and they have some direction, what I've seen is that there's a lot of needing to clean up what's going on in their life first to make space for them to be able to focus on their life purpose. So it depends where you're at. If you feel like you know what it is you want to do, you're just not sure how to get started, go with the next first step. What is your next first step towards whatever it is? If maybe it's just doing research, maybe, you know what, I really like this avenue, or like, for instance, let's say yoga. Somebody wants to do something physical and they're not sure. Maybe they want to incorporate something else, just this, you know, not just yoga, but they want to make their own program where it incorporates different things that go along with yoga. They like yoga or whatever that is. What would be the next step towards that goal? Again, maybe it's doing research. Maybe it's where you want to start videoing yourself and putting it out there, putting yourself out there and creating a blog, or, you know, creating where you start to release little videos of doing yoga and incorporating maybe dance moves or something in there too, or some different types of stretching, whatever that is. What would be that next step that you feel would be the most logical step? Because you don't want to jump too far ahead. Your angels and your guides and the universe is going to provide you with whatever that looks like. Maybe you need to start reading more books to incorporate different things. Start with that. That's what I would suggest would be the first step. Tink, what do you think?
No, I agree. I love this quote. I heard this somewhere and I wrote it down because I think it's so important. When you honor doing what you love doing, your life purpose comes to life in mysterious ways. So I think for me is sit with that for a few minutes and write down all the things that you love. What's your passion? When you have passion, you can move mountains. If you don't have passion for something anymore, you're not going to do a great job because you're not in it to win it anymore, because you're not inspired. You're not motivated. You need to be inspired and motivated to really have passion, right? Because in order to have passion, you have to have something that you're passionate about. You have to be inspired. So what inspires you? Is it writing? Is it helping people? Maybe you start off with general, you just want to help people. Like that's what motivates you. And maybe you still do what you're doing, but you're not getting fulfilled because you're not helping people. So maybe you volunteer somewhere. Maybe it's even just about that. But usually people come in to do something. They sign up for something in ways of how they're going to help in some way, shape, or form. So if it's through your career, then what makes you happy? What makes your heart sing? Like doing what we do, Twink and I, this makes our heart sing. Like there is nothing more rewarding than seeing healing in a person and transform just like that. During either a reading or a coaching session or whatever it is, like that's priceless to me, and you can't put a price on that. So for me, that's why we do what we do, because it's rewarding, it inspires me, and each one is so incredible for the most part and so different, that it's funny, because just when we think we've seen it all, something will happen. We're like, you're not gonna believe this. This is so cool. And we don't share personal details. We don't share like who the person is, but we will share a great experience because it keeps us motivated. It keeps us going and inspired too, because we're like, that is so cool. And plus we get to share those with you. And again, we keep complete confidentiality. Each session is completely confidential, but it's just nice to share those things. So for me, that's what I would do, is I sit with first and see what it is. Write down all the things that make you happy and why do they make you happy. I think that's a key too. Why do they make you happy? And that's something that what we're going to do, which we will have available on our subscription, is we're also going to be doing other things like doing some coaching and whatnot, and a workshop specifically on your life purpose and finding ways like reaching goals and different things like that too. We'll have other ones going forward, but that's what I would start with, is that. And again, we didn't really start doing this full time until just recently. We've been doing it on and off for many, 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 many years. I mean, or part-time or whatever. And again, since both of us have been doing it for a long time, but we decided to make the career change because it's what we came in to do. That makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And when you were talking about that, there were a couple of things that popped up for me too. So when I first started down my path, I didn't, this was before I had my spiritual experience. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew what I was doing, that it wasn't my life purpose. I knew that there was something more. So maybe you just have a feeling that there's something more that you want to do. Again, you might not know what it is. Like Connie said, volunteer somewhere. It could be that you love working with animals. That's how you find it. That's how it will come to you. You take that next first step. What feels good to you? What makes you happy? What makes you gives you that energy, like you said, Tink, and passion. And the other thing is asking yourself, what do you do in your spare time? What do you like to do in your spare time? I know for me, reading books. Oh my gosh, reading, writing, connecting. That's all I do. I love, love, love to be connecting. I'm constantly channeling messages, and I'm listening to uplifting information. And are you okay, Tink?
Yeah, I need to pause for a second. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry, honey, but I'm gonna lose my battery. We talked about it and I forgot to grab my cord. So
Yep, I'm gonna pause. Go ahead. Zoom. And we're back. Is it recording? I mean, not
yeah,
recording. Is it
yeah,
battery charging?
we're good.
Okay, awesome. All right, so going back to that. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are cleaning up the space in your life to be able to allow your life purpose to be able to come forward. You can still do your day job, do your job, whatever it is. We did that, both of us, for years. We were still working and doing this on the side. Like one of the first things that you did too was your spiritual growth class that you held in your house. You loved that. That was inspiring for you, and that brought people into your life, and that brought a community. Maybe you want to have people around you and more of a community, and that's what we're going to be offering too. So, which is so exciting. We're always adding to our life purpose. We're adding to what we do. We do readings, we do coaching, we do so many different things, meditations,
Reiki.
all of that. Reiki, yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun, all of the different modalities. And I'm constantly reading, you're constantly reading, we're constantly adding to our knowledge and learning different aspects of how we can help people. The bottom line for us is helping people. That's what we have always wanted to do, and to be able to give back. So that's what we do on a daily basis. We help people and give back. And what is it for you? Not you, Tink, but everybody who's watching, what inspires you? What makes you feel good? Is it being around people? Is it wanting to give back? Is it animals? Do you love being around animals? Volunteer until you feel inspired, or until you feel like the next step comes forward for you. That was where I started. I ended up going to a camp for kids that are abused and neglected. And at that camp, that's what I was drawn to. So I took a bunch of different courses there was one called Paper People that was through the state of Michigan that I got certified. There were different classes, things that I just felt drawn to, that I wanted to learn. Again, that camp for kids that are abused and neglected, that I met kids there, and then I started mentoring them for years. And that gave me that feeling of helping and of being there for somebody, and having that family also feeling too. So find something that really pulls to your heart, or that makes you feel that uplifts you, that doesn't feel like a drain, but something that really uplifts you. And again, you may have to do a little bit of this and a little bit of your work every day, but eventually you will find your path. Eventually it will become less and less where you're doing your job and you're actually doing your purpose. So it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It can be a gradual or progression towards your life purpose. And we know somebody who just recently, been watching us and seeing things that we're doing, and been taking our classes and our workshops. And now he's doing readings, and he's doing card readings for people. And putting himself out there and promoting himself too, to be able to help other people. Perfect. That's what we're talking about. That's the kind of thing. And he works, does other stuff too, and is doing that on the side. So it's a great place to start. Go ahead, Tink.
I love it. No, that's perfect. That's exactly right. So it's just a matter of, and it's funny because he's going to school for something else, but that's what he's doing and what he loves doing. So who knows? And some people may shift. Maybe he ends up going in for business and he learns the business aspect side of how to run a business and start a business and whatever. You never know. Here's the thing. Everything builds on something else. Like you said, we're constantly, back when I was, ever since I can remember, all I've read was self-help and whatnot. I didn't know why I was doing it at the time. I just knew I felt guided to do it. Novels did not, they did nothing for me. I hardly ever watched TV before, but I absolutely loved self-help books. Anything having to do with self-help or listening to, I was all over it. Or healing. Anything with crystals or vibrational healing, any of that, I love. So I didn't know why I was doing it at the time, but I would just keep purchasing things and doing things and taking different classes, reading different things. And then even at other jobs that I've done, I can look back now and see, oh my gosh, that makes sense now. Aha. That's why I took that presentation class. That's why I did the marketing class. That's why I took business school or whatever for a short period of time, but what I did. That's why I took this management class. That's why I did this. It's like you can look back and see why all of this ends up being part of your life purpose, even if it doesn't feel like it or seem like it at the time. So if you're feeling guided to do something, do it because there's a reason. You may not understand it. Sometimes there's classes that I'll look and I'll be like, I don't know about that healing class, but I'll feel like, oh, I really need to take this class. And I might just get one thing out of that class that I use in my practice. I may not do specifically what the class was about, but I learned something that I can take and kind of integrate all of it, like you talked about, us doing so many different things. So it's really a matter of your soul is speaking. What is it saying to you? And you need to sit with that to be able to determine what that is. And you may not know right away, but ask your higher self, ask your angels to guide you for the things where you need to be to help you learn and understand what your life purpose is, and they will. I promise you, if you're quiet enough to take that time, sometimes we're so busy and we don't see the signs. So it's also a matter of making sure that you're stepping back and taking a little bit of time to be able to actually sit with something and listen to it. And for me, my normal is busy. So they talk to me like they do you too now all day long. So we're used to that, but when you're not, you may just be, we look for signs. I know everything is a sign and so do you, but other people don't look at it that way. Anything I see, oh, why is that? I just looked at that book. Why am I looking at this book? So I'll go and look at the book, open it up, and sure enough, there's something I need to see precisely what either I was thinking about or something I needed to hear at that time to help me. And we do that all day long. But that's something you really get used to doing and trusting. Trusting it is another thing. Because why was it? We were just talking about that, about trusting something, and I followed it. My eye doctor. Eye doctor.
Yeah.
I have an eye doctor who I've been going to for a while. So there was no reason for me to switch. But it ended up, I just got this weird feeling I had to go get a new eye doctor when I had my sty. Like no reason, seriously, there's no reason why I should have switched. It's not that I didn't like my old doctor. It just, I feel like I need a new doctor. So I looked at the internet, I'm like, oh, this one sounds good. I ended up meeting someone there who asked what I did for a living. And when I told her, she got my card, did a reading, and then I had to go to a different location for my glasses and my contacts, and I was running late. Of course, everything happens for a reason. So when I called, I got the person who had the reading. She called them ahead of time and said, hey, this person does the A, B, and C. So they're like 3 people who got my number. So it was like, I said, so this is the reason why I had to switch. It was for all of you guys. Well, and for me too, I'm not saying that, but it's just interesting how follow your guidance but again, you have to learn to trust it. A lot of people just doubt, is this the right thing? Or should I be doing this? So trust it. Trust it, trust it.
And that's what we're going to be teaching more in our spiritual growth classes and in our support group that we're going to have. So exciting. Our intuitive and our spiritual support group. So anyways, yes, we'll be helping you guys with that. One of the things I wanted to say was, oh yeah, when you were talking about the books, I remember when I was a teenager, my mom had a book. It was one of the first spiritual books I ever read was by Gary Zukov. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. It was called The Seat of the Soul. And he was on Oprah or something, you know, and I remember just being like, oh my gosh, I loved it. It was so like, I had never heard those concepts before. It was so fascinating. And that for me was probably one of the first books that that really shifted my journey, because it was all about the soul and what you're here for and what does it mean. So there you go. If they had had a school like that, you know, I would have joined. I would have gone to that college, right?
We will.
You know, we will have that.
You, I know.
We will have a college like that where we will be teaching people. Yes, I totally agree with you. The other thing is, what was it? Were you going to pull a card?
I am. Whenever you're ready. No, just keep going. I'm just shuffling and I'm just waiting for spirit to whenever.
Join our YouTube channel. That's what I was going to say. Remember, we were supposed to say that. We kept forgetting.
I know, we forget. Yes, we do have a YouTube channel, so you guys can just go right down the line and listen to us all day long if you want.
Yeah, for now, right?
Yeah, for now, while they're available for free, because they won't be available for much longer. So yes, very exciting.
And I like that too, what you were talking about with the class that we'll teach a workshop on life purpose. So we're going to give you, these are just some tips right now, but at some point we will talk about that in more detail, because that's a great class. And I think that there's so much to kind of unpack with finding your life purpose. And what does that mean to each person? It's a little bit different, but just start with that. Start with what is the next step? That's really where you want to go at this point. What makes you feel good? What inspires you? Maybe it's just being out in nature. Start with that and listen to the intuitive ideas that you get. That's it. Just start there. And then we'll teach a workshop on that. So go ahead, Tink, pull a card.
I love it. So this is Life Purpose Cards by Doreen Virtue, Oracle cards. So we're going to ask the angels to pull one card that will help as many people as possible who's listening right now. Whoa! All right. Never mind. We're pulling a few. 3 pull out. We're going to pull 3. Hang on a second. All right. So we might, probably because I said for however many people, right? So we might need a variety. Sensitivity. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. So maybe where you are now is too harsh. So, and I just get chills everywhere. I feel there's going to be a lot who need this. So, and I do get that sometimes. Like, I just feel like I don't resonate with people anymore, or I get sick to my stomach going into work, or I don't know what's going on. I just don't feel comfortable. So it's because you're becoming sensitive to the energies. So you may need to make a change. Okay. And find something that's more suitable, either the place where you're working or where your whole career. Do you want to add anything, Twink?
No, that was it. You're right.
Next one is justice. Your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. So I just got chills on that one. So this could be too volunteering for it to be an advocate. I don't know why I'm hearing this for people and or things. And or whenever I receive the justice card, it reminds me of an attorney or in the court system, or what else? There's police officer. That's usually when I see in my head when we're doing readings. This is my card that I see for court. Somehow relating to court and or the law, basically. So maybe people are thinking of doing something with that. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, balance. For me, it has to do with balance as well with the justice card. I always feel like that's part of it. So there may be some aspect in it for somebody that needs more balance in their life with what they're doing with their job, and then also with what they want going forward with their life purpose. And I'm hearing too, be really, really aware of, I just heard limiting yourself. Somebody's limiting what's possible. Even if you can't see how you could get from here to where you want to go, don't limit it. And just, again, start small, because your steps will build on themselves. But there's definitely an issue with balance, finding balance for right now. Go ahead.
That was amazing. That was perfect. Yep, I 100%, I agree with you. So the next one that flew out was travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. So maybe you want to do something where you want to change where you want to be able to travel and get paid for it. So maybe that's something you do. This is also a movement card to me. Travel card is movement. So maybe right now too, if you feel like things are being stagnant in a job, I'm hearing a job search. I feel that there will be some movement coming forward and coming up soon. And I just heard something about recent changes. But it's interesting because this person is working while it looks like on a cruise ship. So maybe it's something where you can do that too, where you're still able to do stuff while you're on vacation, remote. Maybe you want to work remotely. Maybe that's why, because it's funny, I looked at that and saw the computer. Can you see that?
It's hard to see.
There's a little bit of a glare. It basically has a computer with little angel wings, and he's on like a cruise. So what does that mean to you, honey? Does that mean anything different?
No, I would agree with you. It made me think of Mike Dooley and how he worked in the tax department and he wanted to travel. And he ended up getting this job in like the worst department, but it ended up having the ability to travel. And he traveled around the world, and because he got like some kind of a stipend or something to be able to travel because he was in that position. And so his story is so interesting to me because of all of the doors and opportunities of how things opened up for him. And that's how the universe works. It puts you in places to be able to unlock that opportunity. So if travel, like you said, is part of what you want, put that out there. Somehow it could be included in part of your job to be able to travel. Or like you said, it could be a movement card that is going to be shifting you and bringing something forward soon. That's going to involve movement of some kind, whether it's to a new job or to a new department, a new area that's going to maybe offer more money, more financial security, whatever that is. That has a lot of meaning, and I feel like that's going to be coming forward for a lot of people. So don't be afraid. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, honey, go ahead.
Don't be fearful of the changes, basically. Don't be fearful of any changes that come up because it's going to be beneficial. It's always to your benefit. Even if you can't see what the benefit is in the short term, there's always a benefit to something that comes up in your experience. Go ahead, Tink.
They just said to read the card real quickly, and it's interesting because they say it could also mean that as you travel, you may figure out what your life purpose is on a trip. So I just get chills on that. So that could be for something. And they do talk about movement in your life. In the immediate future, by letting go of the old and stepping into these changes, you gain a sense of meaning and fulfillment that you've desired. The former stagnation is replaced with a passion for new projects and relationships, which will that's cool because that's confirming what we just talked about. We actually used the word passion in there. So that's incredible. And it could mean too, your purpose includes technology, especially with respect to computers and telecommunication. It could signal telecommuting, which is what we talked about, is working remotely from home or through your computer. Yeah, very interesting. The last one is environmentalist. You're an earth angel who is born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and the animals. And I think probably 90% of you who are listening, if not all of you, are earth angels. So there you go. And again, it's about your soul wanting to do something. Even if you're not doing it for your life purpose right now, find your hobbies. Think about what your hobbies are. What do you like to do in your spare time? And then use that to help people and or things with your career. Go ahead, Twinkie.
Yes, I know. I remember the workshops and stuff that we took at Soothe Your Soul, and with Reverend Diane, when she would teach the about angels, her angel workshops that she would have.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like that was so what I was drawn to. I could not get enough of that. I still can't get enough of that. I love it. So obviously that was my life purpose, right? Pulling cards, like I love the cards. How many card decks do I have and do you have? I mean, on my phone, I know, but I love it. I love it. It's my favorite thing in the world. I love connecting with my guides and my angels. Same thing for you. I love doing readings for people, love doing coaching. I just started reading again, the energy healing book, all different modalities of healing. We love that. So we're always learning and always expanding what we do. And there's no end to it, which is why we're here. We're here to learn and we're here to grow and constantly adding to our experiences. So I think that's it for today. I know it was a long video. But
that was a lot. Well, this is what happens. We don't record every day, but we have a lot to tell you. So that was a lot. So they got a free reading in here too. So that was amazing. And some free techniques. So yay, that's awesome. And all right, everybody have a yo.
I know, right? One more thing. So I don't know if everybody knows, but we do post daily cards every day on Instagram and on Facebook. So if you're not on those, you should definitely join us on our Facebook page is the Soul Healing Center 444. And Instagram is, what is our Instagram?
It's the same.
Is
the Soul Healing Center 444. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
At the Soul Healing Center 444. Okay,
yep.
I just wanted to make sure because I know we're going to work on rebranding and doing some different things again coming up. We're going to start, I think, switching some of this to the Michigan Medium Angels soon. So it'll make it a little bit easier for everybody to find us and we can kind of streamline it. But the reason I was saying that is because we post cards that we pull every day. So there's a new card that we release every day on what's going on or what the energies are. And we explain in more detail to the cards or what the meaning could be for you. But one of the things I love that we're doing is on Sundays on our cards of the day, we're pulling 3 cards, and in the morning you pick whatever it would be. You ask a question and you pick the number, and then later in the day, I think at 5 or 6, we release what the answer is. So if you haven't checked that out, because if you do have a question, you can ask the question that day on Sunday and we'll release the answer later in the day. So I know. All right, go ahead, Tink. Now you can sign us off.
All right. That's awesome. And yeah, that's a good point. Everybody have a magical day and night filled with peace, love, and light, and focus on your life purpose. Go meditate.